Time Cut has just been released on Netflix, and with Halloween around the corner, it's definitely slasher season. The story centers on Lucy, a girl from 2024 who has spent her life feeling overshadowed by her late sister, Summer, who died on April 18, 2003. In an unexpected twist, Lucy finds herself back in time and decides to try to prevent the death of her sister, whom she never got the chance to meet. The killer, known as the Sweetly Slasher, terrorized the town in the early 2000s, leaving scars that remained long in the memories of the residents. Even 20 years later, the killer's identity is a surprising twist, making the ending all the more unique. When Lucy arrives in 2003, her initial plan wasn't to tell her sister about the impending danger she faced, as she was aware of the potential consequences of altering the past. Changing key events could lead to a paradox, completely altering the future she came from and even possibly erasing it. But Lucy, feeling that her life was defined by living in her sister's shadow, begins questioning her purpose. Back in 2003, she even asked her parents if they'd ever want more children. They answered no, stating that Summer was enough. Seeing her parents happy, enjoying family dinners, and hearing about her sister's NASA internship plans was new to Lucy, who only knew them as grieving parents. As Lucy got to know Summer, she realized how much she valued having a sister and cared deeply for her. In the end, Lucy, along with Quinn, devised a plan to save her. They lured the slasher into a barn, and instead of Summer being killed, they struck the killer with a car, ultimately saving her sister. The twist reveals that future Quinn was actually the killer. In the original timeline, Summer had rejected him, as she was into girls, and he felt ostracized by her and her friends. This bitterness ultimately turned him into the elusive killer. But after Lucy drags him through time to 2024, she kills him, ensuring he can't carry out his murders. When Lucy returns to 2024, she finds that her parents no longer recognize her, as they never had her because Summer survived. Realizing she had lost her place in the present, Lucy returns to 2003, where she could now live with her sister. The movie leaves a few questions unanswered, like how Lucy could exist in a timeline where her parents never had her, or how she'd establish a life in 2003 without records. But despite these plot holes, Time Cut is more of a lighthearted take on the slasher genre. As for the movie itself, it's easy to follow with a brisk runtime. The early 2000s nostalgia adds a fun element, even if certain references, like jokes about outdated technology, feel a bit cheesy. The story is simple and lacks the typical intensity or thought-provoking aspects found in traditional slashers. It seems targeted at a teen audience, leaning more into the time travel concept than horror. The performances by Madison Bailey, known for Outer Banks, Antonia Gentry from Ginny and Georgia, and Griffin Gluck as Quinn are solid, bringing some depth to their roles. Overall, Time Cut feels like a nostalgic throwback to the early 2000s, the kind of DVD you'd grab in a bundle for a Friday night watch. Although it's not particularly groundbreaking, it offers a unique time travel twist that could easily expand into future movies. If you're looking for a quick Halloween watch, it might be worth it, but there are definitely scarier slasher movies out there. What did you think of this movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thanks for tuning into the video, and I'll see you in the next one.